Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quite On Set. As usual, my name's Kev and beside me is Luke Stobie. In today's episode, we will be reviewing Baby Driver, written by and directed by Edgar Wright. Yeah, pretty much. Do you want to kick us off?
I actually did the fun facts this time. So, the first little fun fact that IMDb tried to throw my way was character Joseph, that's the deaf foster father, was originally written to be much older, which I didn't think he'd get much older than that man. But CJ Jones, who plays Joseph, was actually deaf, which I thought was really, really impressive, was discovered by the casting director Francine Maisler. And John's actually deaf as well. So, like, when Ansel Elgort is talking to him in sign language, like, he had to actually learn the sign language to talk to him.
Interesting fact, I knew that because it was also down on my notes. But I thought that was pretty cool that they went to the hassle of, he had to learn sign language to communicate. That was cool.
Sign language is a good skill to have just in general.
Because you can use it anywhere in the world.
There's different dialects with more.
But pretty much, you know what I mean?
And you can talk to monkeys. As Planet of the Apes would do it. The second one I think is that it's one of my favourite facts other than the various music based ones, but John Hamm's role as Woody was written for him. So he's the only actor to survive from the original table read to final film. So I think it's really good. And when you look at him and his character, you're just John Hamm. Because he's a really good character.
Yeah. There's also very little CGI or green screen used. Yeah, for most of the car chase sequences, the driving is actually pretty much real.
And unlike Mad Max Fury Road, the story is actually good to back it up as well. So they had some good effects and spectacle as well as some fucking good.
I know a few people that you've just pissed off that might listen to this straight away because they're very big fans of that film.
No, I appreciate the spectacle of Mad Max, but the story just drove me insane. Anyway, we're not talking about Mad Max Fury Road.
Apparently Jamie Foxx would stay and watch Kevin Spacey scenes, which I probably would too.
He also, one of the facts I read was the first time he was on set with John Hamm, he was just watching the
monitor. Yeah,
he was he's handsome. I'm not wrong. But and then my favorite, the first scene is my favorite scene, it calls back to Shaun of the Dead. Well, not
oh, I know what you mean.
It doesn't call back to it really hard.
The tracking scene.
At the start. That took 28 takes to film, and they eventually used the 21st take. So 28 takes it took them to, and based on the choreography of the take, they probably varied some of the choreography just to kind of see what they could mess with style because of the graffiti on the different walls and stuff is really good.
I think anyone that's not familiar with Edgar Wright either, he's best known for the Cornetto trilogy with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, Hot Fuzz, The World's End and Shaun of the Dead, which I think we plan on doing on a future episode discussing that trilogy.
Absolutely.
Because I know we're both really big fans of
I still watch Hot Fuzz, they're gonna be
great. Yeah. In an interview though, Edgar Wright was saying that Baby was stealing cars since he was 12, so
that's how he got his iPods and
sunglasses. Yeah, built them up.
I
love that scene where Jamie Foxx keeps taking his. Is it Jamie Foxx or is it?
No, it's Steve. It's
sorry, and he keeps knocking them off and taking them, and he just keeps putting them on. Unlimited supply of sunglasses.
Also, if you don't know that detail, you kind of can pick up on it, when he takes out the bedazzled one. That has
the pink one,
it's just you're in a pink mood today, and it's just that makes sense because he wouldn't buy them because he doesn't make any money. So.
Do you know this is the first rated R movie
to have Monsters Inc.
Yeah, that's been given permission from Disney to show a film.
The director of Monsters Inc. actually got a special thanks credit at the end of the credits because
yeah, as you do.
We won't do fun facts if it messes with them. But the one where Edgar Wright had a code word for getting Ansel Elgort to Elgort. I'm going to get his name right at the end of the podcast, I promise. When he wanted him to look serious, he'd just kind of shout, "Man driver," and he would give a serious, kind of, the scowl from, Clockwork Orange, Malcolm McDowell's kind of scowl. He'd hit that one.
Apparently during the casting process, the actors were sent a playlist of songs that were asked to be played while they read the script.
So they kind of have the
can
beats.
imagine the scene. And,
yeah. That makes sense. The thing that I love the most about the film is, the second scene where Buddy meets Baby, where he's like, "What's your killer track?" And they bond on it, and you can kind of like that scene for me is like the start of the comparisons between them. Like you can kind of see where Buddy is at the end of Baby's journey, if you get me. Like, and I think Baby kind of realizes that at the end as well. So that's when what he does in the end. But like it's just so good because he's like, get the iPod out, get the track going, like it was just like.
But hang on,
so
we've
like,
kind of given some facts, I guess, behind the scenes about this film. But for those who don't know what the film is about, how would you sum it up?
It's about a baby driver. It's about a kid that likes to drive cars that gets hockeyed into being a getaway driver by a mob boss he owes money to. And there's a bit of romance in there as well.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's pretty much. Oh, and there's lots of music. Lots and lots.
You left out the key thing of. Did you mention what's wrong with him?
Oh yeah, he has tinnitus or tinnitus, whichever Americanized way you'd like to say it.
Tinnitus.
That's kind of like the plot reason that they have so many good songs for the soundtrack. Which I think they really played well with the diegetic sound. Like, is it actually a song he's listening to, or is it just to add to the chasing?
Do you know Jamie Foxx actually is friends with Barbra Streisand?
It's like, what the fuck? Do I look like a 90 with fucking Barbra Streisand?
And Edgar Wright was worried about how she'd react, and Jamie Foxx just said, "Barbara's gangster."
He is though. There's very little I'd actually believe of Barbra Streisand, but that I believe. But also, I constantly forget that Jamie Foxx was like a singer rapper, wasn't he, before he was an actor?
Yeah.
Because they make reference to because it's a musical themed movie that like lots of music people.
Yeah, he actually I think sings on a song
with Barbra Streisand. There's also the fact that was not really a fact. It was just kind of like a funny little thing where he said where is it? This movie and it's another movie from 1991, 1994. It was like they're part of a Simon and Garfunkel cinematic universe.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
It's just I can't find it. But I thought it was a nice little fun because like because he was supposed to do Ant-Man. He was just kind of like, I'm doing a different cinematic universe.
I think you were looking to have Michael Douglas in the role of Doc, so instead of Kevin Spacey.
What's it?
I think
Michael Douglas?
Yeah.
I don't know, because Kevin Spacey makes that.
Yeah, he's just Kevin Spacey.
Like, Kevin Spacey is phenomenal. Like, Michael Douglas is good. He's Michael Douglas, but Kevin Spacey's phenomenal. And,
but like, it's a kind of action thriller, and like, we've seen so many of these films before, basically heist films, bank robberies. But
like Edgar Wright,
there was something original about this. Yeah, I think it's definitely the use of music, and sound.
The sound design in this film is perfect. Like, it's the bit where Jamie Bats. We'll call him Bats because we're like using character names for a change.
Bats and Buddy and Charlie.
Jamie Foxx's Bats. He when they go in to get the guns, and the undercover cop's like, "What the hell is he listening to? Is he fucking recording this?" And Jamie Foxx is like, "Nah, just his funky tunes." And he's like, "What's he listening to?" He walks over and he's just like, "Tequila."
Yeah, I love that scene.
And then at the end, when the thing explodes and it syncs up with the song, and you're just like, "Tequila."
Yeah, well, like, he apparently timed the characters' movements to the beat of the film song, so like
a lot
it's so well done.
Like a lot of the songs that are 4/4, the music timbre is there when the 4/4 it's cut on the beat, so that it looks like it makes it more dynamic. Which you have to give Edgar Wright, like, even from the start of the Cornell trilogy, his editing is just phenomenal.
It's the same with the gunshots.
He has a touch, like. Yeah, the good
they're
shots
in,
in that
kind of
gun scene.
in sync with the music as well. Like it's
Really
so
cool.
cleverly done.
Oh, I just love this movie so much.
But as I was saying, like it's kind of something you've seen before, but
At the same time,
they
no.
just made it their own.
Like the opening scene isn't that trackage yet. It's the first bank robbery, and it's just baby sitting in the car, and it's like the three of them get out and go into the bank to rob it, and then he just starts dancing.
One question I had, I don't think it was mentioned in the film, or I missed it. Why does he not disguise himself?
And it's because he's the driver.
Yeah, but as they showed, there was a clip of him clearly caught on camera as the driver.
As a teenager with glasses.
Yeah,
There's lots of teenagers with sunglasses.
you know, but I mean, it's still like people could see him. Like
It's
the last
I
heist
think-
where your woman recognised him because he was in there. Like, you know.
that was because you're not supposed to see the driver, and the driver has to see.
I know,
and
but
feel it.
to be honest with you, if I was a getaway driver, you think like when it's about to
Be a
happen,
bandana or something.
you'd throw something on just in case.
I think it was I think it was best summed up in the fact that he doesn't wear any gloves. He doesn't want to be immersed in that world. Like when Doc gives him the gloves, he wears it for that one heist, and then he immediately gets rid of them because he's done, and that's kind of the point of the significance of the gloves. But I reckon if he wore a mask or something, he'd be fully in. Like he'd be wearing
That's true,
essentially
yeah.
wearing the uniform of the life, and he doesn't want to be part of it. So I assume it's
He's
kind
getting in to get out, basically.
yeah, he's only in for the jobs to pay Doc back to get the fuck out of there.
What did you make of the relationship with his foster father?
I loved it. The bit where he starts playing
I loved how his dad puts his hand to the
the speaker to hear
speaker.
music.
Yeah, that's-
I loved that, and I also loved. I just loved how much he cared about him. It really.
I think that's what makes him a redeeming kind of character. Isn't like you're not just. They do a good job of setting up like why you should feel sorry for him and root for him. Isn't
Yeah,
that
instead
he's
of-
had a tough upbringing, you know, and he suffers from tinnitus, and then as you can, he's had a hard life,
Yeah.
and you can see that
his life's been shit, and he used to see cars to feel good.
and he cares for his stepfather basically, and you can tell he's saving money probably to get them out of there. And
Yeah, I took it under the impression because of what he ultimately uses the money for is to get Joe into the foster home. I assumed that's what the money was always for, because he cares.
well,
he
yeah,
even
because
says
he
so
kind of
much-
keeps suggesting when he meets Deborah that he just wants to hit the road, so he wouldn't. It's not really sound like he's settling down or looking to go somewhere extravagant. It
And
sounds like
he
the
al-
money was just. He's like,
Like a means to an end.
I'm almost getting out. When he keeps saying don't do this, and he's just like,
I'm almost done.
yeah, it's like he's making enough money just to make sure he's looked after when he's gone.
That's because remember, he even gets when he does the last heist with Doc, and he puts the money in the floorboard, and then Joe's he picks up the Goodfellas thing. And he's like, we're getting pizza, and you're like, yeah. And he's like, what are we celebrating? And he's like, you getting a real job? And he uses the money from the Pizza Hut or the Goodfellas, whatever it's called, to take Deborah out for a date. He doesn't touch the money on
Yeah.
the floor. So it's obviously specifically for a specific purpose that that Edgar Wright deemed unnecessary to tell the audience, because it essentially is shown to you that he cares about his foster dad. His foster dad's getting old and he needs to care for him, but he can't care for him if he leaves. So the money is obviously for taking care of him.
What did I loved John Hamm's
He's just great.
buddy, and then his girlfriend, who Elsa Gonzalez is the actress. She's in Gonzalez, I think it is. Sorry.
Gonzalez.
She's in I think that Netflix show From Dusk Till Dawn. I think she's in. I don't watch it, so.
See, I watched.
But I like their characters. They're just really interesting characters. They're just. It seems like they're there for a good time, which they basically say in the film. They're like.
We'll be back when the
money's-
nose bag is done.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're setting up a future. Where we'll make enough money to settle
live.
down
Yeah.
and live out our lives. It's like they just get a buzz out of doing this.
Yeah.
But
That's
they're
what
really
Bad says to
but
me.
that's the thing, they're really likable characters, and I like how they kind of treat Baby like they seem to have a bit of respect towards him or look out for him. But
Yeah.
what I love about is then towards the end of the film when he crosses them basically how they change, and you kind of then dislike their character. So
I know. Even when he crossed them and they went apeshit on him, I understood their motivations. Like, so like that's the mark of a good like villain. Like they weren't really villains, but like a good villain, you see their motivations, you understand why they're doing it, even if you don't like them.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. Like you didn't like it, but you understand why he's doing it.
Yeah.
But and you still kind of like him then, I guess a bit.
Like I just like John Hamm. I don't know what it is. John Hamm just has an innate like.
He's very charming.
He's very very charming. Like, and the bit where Jamie Foxx is like grilling him. Like,
I think he did a great job because I really just did not like Jamie Foxx. But
I love Jamie Foxx.
I always say this. I am very hit and miss with Jamie Foxx. Like I love him in some things and I hate him in other things. Like I don't know what it is. He's not one of those things where Jamie Foxx is in that.
It's not.
It's going to be great. It's just I will always give him a chance, and sometimes he's amazing, like Django Unchained. I love him in, but then there's been other films that I just hate him in. Yeah. But it's not that I hated him in this in terms of like he didn't do a good job. I think it's just he just did a good job of making me hate him.
Yeah, because you hate him from almost the instant you see him. And he's like everyone.
And what I liked about him, sorry to interrupt you, he's consistent throughout in that. Like I thought maybe he'd warm up the baby and change his like to him, but he just was a prick throughout, and he was. I love that scene with the police agents, I guess, that are supposedly on.
He just, I like smoking bacon, and he just nails the shit. Yeah, it's gas.
It's like, are you dead? No, then we've never met before.
Oh, and
he's like the wild card of the group, basically.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to contrast to John Berntal's Griff at the start of the film. It's like
there's really like they keep touching on Back to the Future references in that as well.
I read that as well, but then I was like, why didn't they just call him Biff instead of Griff? Because Biff is more of a Back to the Future reference than Griff is. And then they were like, well, his name is Doc, and he says the spirit of '85. But like,
I think it's just subtly done that they didn't want to make it too obvious that we're making Back to the Future references. It's just he's a fan and he put them in there.
Yeah, but like he's a fan. He just used like their code names.
Yeah, I like the code names that they weren't trying to be too original, come up with these amazing names.
But then they also weren't like massive references to like other things, like they're not called like Superman or stupid shit like that.
Yeah,
it's just kind of he's called Buddy because at the end of the movie she says your buddy's here, and that works because that's what he calls him. And then she's called Darling because she's his darling, and then Bats called Bats because a fucking nutcase.
I was gonna say, did you find out, because I haven't seen it in a while, but I don't know why it jumped into my head, Jamie Foxx's character. Did you see similarities between that character and the character he plays in Horrible Bosses?
No, yes and no, because like
yes and no, yeah, that's what I just
fucking nutcase.
I know, but I don't know why that character just popped into my head, and I was like, there seems to be somewhat similarities there, but then they're completely different.
It's just the thing. Jamie Foxx just has like a natural charisma for being crazy. Like he really does. Like he has the mojo to like kind of make it fly. Miles. Sorry, we were talking about Baby's actual name.
Miles.
And we were like, is it Eugene? No, it's not Eugene.
No, you were saying Eugene.
But yeah, no, it's Miles. And the reveal of his name is kind of like it's a good payoff because Deborah is like, oh, I can't believe your real name is Miles, and you're just like, oh, that's really
well, it's clever in that he's a driver, and you know, like,
he likes to go.
They want to go driving for the rest of their lives, pretty much.
What did you think of actually Lily James, Debbie? I thought she was quite charming.
She was very good, yeah. Like my only things that I guess I have to question about it is, did you? I know it's the movies, and sometimes you just have to suspend your disbelief, I guess. But did you think it was fairly fast? Kind of like she's so willing to accept his lifestyle and what he does, and be willing to run away with him, basically.
I think no, because they imply they've.
But then she obviously, I guess, implies that she wants to run away and get away, so that's her chance to do it, I guess.
Kind of sees the opportunity that's given to you. No, because she does, they do love each other, it's quite apparent that they do.
I'll accept that, but I still, I guess, I question it, okay, they love her, but she kind of really just accepted that he was involved in this kind of,
Yeah, but he also,
lifestyle.
Indirectly, with the hints he'd given her, he said he was a driver, and then
But
she knows him.
Yeah, and I guess like I'll accept in that like when they come into the diner and he doesn't want to go in, but she's obviously sensing that there's something not right here, and he's trying to protect her.
Drops her that note so that she knows it's not.
So maybe she's picking up the fact that he's involved in something that he has no control over. Really, he's kind of
like it's very evident. Like if you look at the other people involved, like it's like two huge dudes with like fucking guns and stuff. You're like, of course he doesn't have any control. He's just the driver. Like the only thing he's in control of is the car, and that's made quite apparent that the car is the only thing he has when he kills bats with the car. Like.
But it's obvious that like he's involved in something that he can't just walk away from. So it's not as easy as going, let's just leave. It's like I can't.
Yeah. If he leaves, he has to.
What did you think of the relationship between him and Doc? I really liked it.
It was.
It's something really bittersweet about it. Bizarre is a good word for it. But I really liked it. I found like he was almost like a father figure to him. Like he really
was kind of. I think he was supposed to contrast with Joe. Like Joe would be like the good father figure, the nurturing father figure, and then Doc is like, you have potential. Like you should just.
Yeah,
do what I.
But I like how he was impressed with him. He explained the story of how they met, and that he was amazed.
I loved the bit when he even when Edgar Wright's doing exposition, he takes the piss out of it. He's just like, there. When I just explained that entire fucking story to you, and I did an entire fucking map when we were doing that. How fucking incredible is that? And he's just like.
But like he explains, like he was impressed that this kid had the balls to steal his car with important stuff in the car, and instead of killing them, I guess he thought, well, I can use this to my advantage, and like.
But Doc is like, he's called the Doc because he's like he's a clever fucking chap. Like he never has anything that's not useful.
But you can tell he kind of uses baby, but he looks out for him. It's like the real like I can treat him bad, but no one else kind of can't.
But like even though he's not even treating him bad, like he's paying his debt, and then when he pays his debt, it's like, listen. Yes, I can use you to make money, but you can use me to make money.
When he says that, he's like, oh, we'll get you out of this shithole place to live in. Like,
yeah, like
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, basically.
I think Doc just misunderstood his motivations. Like, I think that's why, like, he essentially betrays Doc. Like, Bats is the initial betrayer of Doc because, like, Baby didn't want to do the job, but he did it anyway because obviously Doc would break his legs if he didn't do it. Yeah. So. But like once Bats kind of betrayed Doc and nothing happened, I think he kind of felt that he could betray him and nothing would happen. And nothing does happen because when he finally meets Doc again. Yeah,
there's more of a sense of disappointment on Doc's behalf, it feels.
Yeah, because like he threatened him with breaking his legs for not doing the job, and then he essentially didn't do the job. And Doc was like, no, get the fuck out of here. We're not friends anymore.
Yeah. It's a real like father figure who's disappointed in his son, like rather than feel betrayed. I liked the relationship. I love Kevin Spacey though. He's just excellent in it. I felt like I didn't get enough of him in it.
Yeah, but the bits there's another.
I love the relationship. It's his son, isn't it? The little blonde nephew. I thought he was saying the baby, like pretend this is like.
No, take the nephew. His nephew.
I love that little relationship. Like
he was a little gem, that young fella.
He was a little scene stealer for me when he was in there.
There was there's been a trend this year with child performers. It's just that I think it's a combination of directors picking good talent because there's some like with the I can't think of her name, X-23 and Logan. She was absolutely phenomenal. But then I think it's also a combination of directors knowing what to do with them. It's like children don't have the experience as adult actors.
They didn't overexpose him at all. He was nicely planted in the film.
He had a few lines. He was essentially told, be yourself, like be a moody little shit. Just like
and then it added another layer to Kevin Spacey's character
because it showed him like it showed that in his private life he's a family man. Like he said he was married once. He said he was.
I know you could kind of look at it like you're this corrupt kind of thief, and he's teaching his nephew these traits and skills. But you kind of look at he's just kind of. And you should look at it saying that's wrong, but I think he looks at it going like I'm trying to set you up for life and show you how the world really works, kind of. And I really like that little relationship. Although you don't see much of it, I really enjoyed the few scenes they had.
The thing that I like most about this film is most people tend to get their just desserts. like with the exception of Griff, because I think he was more of a cameo than Griff is John Bernthald's character. I think he's more of a cameo than a character. Like he's just there to be like, why is he listening to music? What the fuck's wrong with this guy? Is he retarded? Like, he's not. Retarded means slow. Is he slow?
The scene that I absolutely love because I think Jamie Foxx kept questioning, like, is he listening? Like he's listening to his music, and he just repeats the entire dialogue of what Kevin Spacey just said.
And you know that he's listening because he can
he can lip read. Yeah, but they obviously aren't aware of that. Yeah. But obviously Kevin Spacey is aware of that, so he knows he's listening. But there is a scene, I guess, when they come to the main heist where he even turns around and goes, "Are you listening?" Because I think Kevin Spacey can pick up on the fact that babies are disconnected.
Well, like he knows that because he's essentially threatened babies.
Yeah, and when he asked him, like, there's 4 people on this team. I don't care if the 3 of you want to go through with it. Do you want to go through with a baby? I think because he knows if he's not in, this will all go wrong because he's the driver basically, and he's.
Well, he also knows that he's picking a fucking like Bats is volatile, and Darlin and Buddy are reliable. So.
But they're also like they like that anarchy, I guess, where I think he knows baby's reliable and trustworthy.
Actually, now that I think about it, because literally everybody dies that does a job with Doc by the end of the film. John Bernthal.
Yeah, the Asian chap one of them, where he leaves a shotgun, is it, in the car, and I think he's dead.
A shotgun on the road.
He's killed because he's like, we can't leave evidence behind. Yeah, like.
But now that I think of it, do you remember John Bernthal's character when he said he was getting out of the elevator? He says, "If you don't hear from me, I'm dead." So I think basically that means that he's dead. Buddy and Darlin die. Then Bats dies, and also No Nose I think dies somehow.
No Nose.
Flea. We'll just call him Flea because that's who it is. And that's what the Asian in Home Invasion is. All I remember about that chap's introduction. I can't think of his name for the life. It's like Johnny Rotten or something. It looks like Johnny Rotten.
Yeah, but that also shows, I guess, his trust or this father figure that he has towards baby, where he basically says, "I never have the same team twice," but he seems to constantly use him.
Yeah, but like he says he never has the same team twice, but he mixes and matches.
Mixes and matches, yeah, but he's the one consistent.
Yeah, because he's the only one good enough to drive. That's kind of. Excuse me. That's kind of.
What did you make of the scene where what's the ex-army chap just starts to chase them in the.
I think what that was supposed to be, because like they say Soldier Boy to him because obviously he has a desert
tag.
Not even desert tag, the desert camo fucking pistol. You're like, alright, yeah, an armed person would have that standard issue. But then he whips a fucking submachine gun out with a bladed boot. Like, no, I think what he was supposed to. It was either he was extra protection because there was a string of hikes.
I was thinking that either he was just, casual, but he was obviously on the job, or else he's just that, American hero where he's like, you're doing wrong
either
and I'm not going to allow it.
I thought that because I watched it twice now, I've seen it a second time during the week. He could also been trying to rob that bank.
That's true. It's not very clear.
Like another slant to take on a soldier, right? Is the fresh out of the Afghanistan conflict,
and a lot of them have none to fall back on.
No benefits, no job, and
they've given everything for their country, and then the country basically betrays them.
Extremely talented individuals.
Yeah.
So,
well, like maybe we're reading too much into it, and it's simply the fact that he was somebody,
good car chase scene,
or else. It's open to interpretation, and it's whatever you
make of it.
Yeah, pretty much. You can tell where Doc meets them at the restaurant, and he sees that he's on a date. And what does he say? She's a nice girl, is there, or something? He says along those lines. Like, keep it that way.
Keep it that way, or I'd hate to see something happen.
It's like it's basically a threat, or don't bring her into this. I see you're reading your notes.
Yeah, I'm reading. I seen the Hex songs bit, and I really like that bit where he said, "They call them Hex songs." When he said "Knocking on Heaven's Door" started playing on the radio. Man, if "Knocking on Heaven's Door" started playing on my radio out of nowhere, I'd stop whatever the fuck I was doing. The note basically says that the knocking superstition was based on Edgar Wright interviewed the next convict where he said that a robbery gig would be called off if the song is played over the radio prior to executing the plan. And Hotel California is one of the real life
hexes.
Jamie Foxx absolutely detests. He ad-libbed that line while there was an explanation for the end of the road. It highlights the complicated relationship between Baby and Deborah throughout the film. That he was forced to drop things for dox hosts. It's good now, and I like that whole scene in the diner because it's so tense. It's Jamie Foxx giving you Buddy's backstory, and then Darlin is like, you don't know shit. But like Buddy reacted when Jamie Foxx's character was like, Wall Street, right? And he's like, who the fucking doc tell you that? And the doc didn't need to tell me that.
Really?
Kind of.
I really enjoyed that scene too, yeah. He basically was like, I know who you are.
Yeah, I know. I've fucking.
And I don't think it was like because he did research. I think he's just a good reading character.
I think it's just because like Jamie Foxx, like he's like been like it suggests that he's been a robber for like eight decades. So he's obviously worked with fucking Wall Street pricks before that. Thought robbing banks is easy, like because
What
they
do you
rob
make
banks every day.
of the scene where they pull into the garage and he's like, "Get me gum." And he comes out
Like,
with
do you want gum? And they're like, yeah, okay. And he fucking takes like
a box of it. It's like, I'm not paying for fucking gum.
oh, he like shoots the guy and fucking takes it, or he hits him.
But what did he say when he met him? Like, he's like, I'm the psycho. I don't think that's the exact word he used. Like, I'm the of the group, the nut job of the group.
Yeah, I think it's like something along the lines of the psycho of the group.
Yeah.
Positions taken.
Yeah. So like, obviously he says that openly.
I
And
don't
then
like. I know. That
I think that's basically the show throughout the film. That like when he does crazy stuff, he's like, well, he said he was crazy.
Like I know, like the pros to working with bats. Like from Doc's perspective, the pros from working with bats is that he gets the job will get done. Like he'll get the cash, but like it seems like every time bats is with somebody that's unreliable, or he is unreliable, or he's unstable, and he fucks something up. It doesn't make sense why you would get him back, if you get me. Like I know Doc probably has a limited pool of contacts, but like Bats wouldn't be my first. Like for the post office one, it was supposed to be one of his hardest heists because of like where it is and how much balls you have to take it on. I reckon maybe Bats would have been one of the only people that were like, yeah, I'll fucking do it, I don't care.
Yeah.
But like he's just like every time Bat seems to be on a job, something seems to go, like, from the evidence we're given in the movie, something seems to go wrong with something. Like, I know you could, like, blame the Asian Johnny Rotten on the masks being wrong and the shotgun drop, but, like, it was a bit too neat and tidy.
And Mike Myers. No, from the horror film. Yeah, Jason.
No, for me, Jason, that was a good scene, and then the Mike Myers, it being Austin Powers was fucking.
Yeah, and like, because Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, because Kevin Spacey was Dr. Evil. But yeah, no, I literally could talk about this film all day. Just so much impact.
I have like questions for you then.
Yeah.
Right, because we talked about how great the score is throughout the film.
Absolutely.
It's like if you took that away,
would it be a good film?
Would it be as impactful, or would it just be another typical heist film?
Well, see, if you took it away, it would also take away from the story, because even when there's no music playing in a scene, you hear a low ringing, because it's to show you that that's what Baby hears, is that low ringing, that tinnitus at the end. So I think if you took away what essentially is, like, the sound is a character.
Yeah, because films, usually do have music, and music is a huge contributing factor to why a film is so good, but sometimes they just put music in
just to add flavour. Yeah,
but in this film, it's clearly the music is, as you said, a character in the film.
It's like it's the difference between this film, say, and Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad just added music. They made a film and then just added music. Whereas this film, he had songs, and he made a film.
Yeah, and the songs match up to the characters, and so like it is essentially another character.
It's a well-made fucking.
So you take out that, I think it's not as strong of a film.
No, it wouldn't be, but then it would be a different film because the music is part of is the lifeblood of the film.
Yeah.
And
I think that's what I was saying, as in like it's something we've seen before, but because of how they do it differently, though, at the same time,
it's like
it feels original.
Like you could compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy because it uses the same kind of. Oh look, I have this tape.
They're smart with what songs they pick for a scene. It's not just throw in a song there to cover up bad dialogue or just because it's a car chase. It's just. You know, when he's on the iPod, he's like, "No, I have to rewind to that part."
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant scene because he's like, "No, wait," and he's just like, "Okay, go." I thought that was really. It was like because Bats was like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "No, it makes sense. Like he was like he has the tracks. He's a getaway driver. Like the beats may match up for him. Like and what else was I was gonna say something else there. Ooh. I can't think of it. Anyway, what's the next question?
I think I asked most of you throughout the podcast, but what did you make of the ending?
The ending? I really like.
Was it something you were expecting, or did you think they'd get away and just live happily ever after?
See, I know Edgar Wright is clever. Like he's a clever director. He's a clever editor. He's a good writer. So. I wasn't expecting that, obviously. I wanted them to get away, so that's what I was expecting to happen.
I think that's what everyone wanted, and he was clever enough to just go, look, sometimes this doesn't happen in life.
Sometimes you get your just desserts.
It kind of takes you out of film in that, like, it pulls you back into reality, which I like in that, like, you know.
But he still gets his.
We don't always just get happy. Yeah, I know, but you know, in films, they're just too typical Hollywood ending, you know, they live happily ever after.
That's, I think, what he was trying to mock, you know, when at the very end it's in black and white, and he comes out and she's there and it's happily ever after, and then he slowly fades into colour because you slowly.
Ansel was saying that like him and Deborah
were in black
and white. Yeah, the contrast with the other characters and the colour, like the state their love
is pure,
lasting in like time or something like that.
The only thing I didn't like about the ending was that flip flop on Doc's character, because like Wiley kind of showed a bit of. Tenderness. Like he said, look at the two of yous, these are in love.
But then, as you said, when he came in, he was like, well, you know, we're done, we're not friends anymore. Yeah. And then he realizes the girl is involved after he warned him not to. And I think, like, he's just like, he shows a side to him that he doesn't really show, but he obviously has, and you know, he shows sympathy towards him. Maybe he feels guilty in that, like, I dragged this kid into this, and now he's after dragging this innocent girl into this. So he must
kind of feel bad,
holding some accountability, you know.
Because like Doc doesn't seem like the remorseful type.
That's what I'm saying with this character. I feel like anyone else, there's no remorse, and he kills them easily. But he seems to just have this connection with Baby, and it's like it's a father-son relationship.
He like sees like kind of himself, because Doc, in order to become who Doc is, would need to have some level of balls. He like respects like Baby's balls.
Yeah, that's what he said at the start. Why he basically hired him is because he respected how gutsy he was. So he must see some elements of himself in Baby.
I loved.
But I did love that, like, he's just because he's kind of the boss and he's the one that gives the orders. And I like that you're seeing him, like, he's not afraid to actually put himself out there and get involved in the action. So he starts, you know, with the shotgun, starts shooting. And I love that scene once he's like, as I was saying,
he gets shot and he just sort of like. Mills your man, and he's like, as I was saying, it's really good. There's really good comedy timing. Like I know he's like Edgar Wright writes comedy.
This is his first one where I think he's solely credited to write like as a writer.
1991 or something like that.
Because I think his other, as we said, the Nick Frost, Simon Pegg. I think he
wrote that with Simon
co-writes with them. Yeah, they're such a good team that like they just. I feel like they bring out. The best in each other. Like when they work together, they have the best films.
I can't see the front for some reason. Oh yeah, apparently Emma Stone was supposed to play too.
Yeah, I read that. I'm kind of glad she didn't. I'm a big fan of her, but
I think she would have, because she's such a star.
Yeah.
Like Emma Stone is just, she's one of the most flawless people, like acting wise, because like she just like purely just like.
I think she would have done an excellent job.
She would have done an amazing job, but
I think
she
it would have taken you out of it, yeah, a bit almost.
Because you'd be like, oh, that's Emma Stone, but like whereas Lily James was like just charming and. Really
And I think she might have maybe
endearing.
took away from Ansel's character as well. She might have overshadowed him a bit more.
Oh yeah, I think like
because she's a much bigger star than he is.
But she has like so much more charisma. But she also, I don't know, like I feel like if Emma Stone was in this, she should have been the baby driver, and then
yeah, that's why she's not really a supporting actor.
Like, she is the star. Like she has that.
I think
charisma.
it was. I think it's because she pulled out for La La Land.
She did, yeah.
But it was a good thing.
There was another note that I noticed that Chloe Grace Moretz was supposed to be involved in this. And the note on IMDb says that she pulled out to do something with The Little Mermaid that was coming out this year. I was like, what Little Mermaid that was coming out this year? And it was apparently some fucking forgotten about Netflix. Well, it's essentially would be a straight to DVD movie if Netflix still did DVDs. But it just... And then it turns out she's also not involved in the project, so she dropped out of that project as well. So
apparently they're considering a sequel, which I don't want, if I'm being honest, because
no, I think that this was perfect.
Leave it be.
Yeah,
and they're not ones for that. Like I know they have the Cornetto trilogy, as we said, with
but the Cornetto trilogy,
but they're
linked.
Individual films. They're not the same characters.
I think if it was to do another film, maybe set it in the same universe, but do a different idea, do a new idea, because this has been like 20, 25 years in the making. Like,
maybe it's not great, but a spin-off of Doc, rising or up into that position or something like that.
House of Cards.
I don't watch that, but because I feel like he'll get out of prison or something, and it'll just continue on from. And I'm happy with the story in the film, and I don't think it needs a sequel.
The whole point of the end of the movie is to showcase that he did his time, he paid his debts, he's free.
So where'd you go with that character? Because it'll be boring.
Is it just
it's just going to be
road trip?
Yeah, that'd be boring. It's clearly it'd be him getting dragged back into this world.
But how could he be dragged back? All of his contacts from the
I know, but you know what? Filmmakers are like, they'll find somebody knows who he is and they have something on him, or that's just lazy writing, and it's just bad writing. I think for just for the sake of making.
If they make Edgar Wright make a sequel, I think he wouldn't do it. I genuinely think he wouldn't do it, because he pulled out of Ant-Man because they wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do, and because he's creative. He needs to.
That's why this film took so long to make, because clearly he put so much time and effort into it.
It's
and
like
wanted to make it to the way he wanted it to be done.
It's like the sob story that is Valerian. You know that new film that's coming out?
That looks like a rip-off of Guardians of the Galaxy.
It looks like a rip-off, just full stop, because everything in it looks like it's from a different.
I'm gonna go see it, just because.
I want to go see it because I feel bad for Luc Besson for spending the last 2 or 3 years trying to get this film made. He finally gets it made.
But the trailer just jumped out to me, and I don't know if it's simply they did that on purpose just because of the success of Guardians, where it just felt like this is a really big hit. Let's manipulate people into thinking it's going to be like that.
That's just marketing in general.
It's smart marketing, obviously, but that's what I got from a Guardians ripoff. I'm gonna go see and give it a chance, but it'll either be a replica of it, and it could be good or really bad.
I like Cara Delevingne. I think she has a lot of charisma, and I respect her.
Yeah, she draws me. There's something about her. She draws me in.
She has a charm to her that I really
something about her, and then Rihanna kind of takes me out of it at the same time.
I immediately actually seen that when I saw a poster, or it was like a picture of the two of them at the premiere, and it's like, what the fuck is Rihanna? Oh crap! And then cause Clive Owen is in it, I'm like, I really want to endorse Clive Owen, because like the last movie I seen him in was like Last Night that came out.
We're gonna go see it simply because we get to go see it for free.
Yeah. I think like when after a few films, like if I had to pay for that, I'd be snapping. But I think with this, I like shitty movies. I like shitty movies. I liked Godspeed, not because it was good, but because it indulged me in my mythology fanaticism. But
throwback to our guilty pleasures episode last night. I happened to just go into Netflix and I left it on, and I've watched it so many times before. 13 going on 30. Oh god, that's embarrassing.
But but like with Valerian,
Not again. I've never brought it up the first time.
I feel like it would be something that we would talk about outside the podcast. Yeah, man, I watched 13 going on 13 again.
Wow.
But like with Luc Besson, he's also like him and Edgar Wright both wanted to, like Edgar Wright wanted to make this original idea, whereas Luc Besson just wanted to adapt a comic book. So you can kind of see, like, whereas like Luc Besson has so much passion for Valerian that he's already writing the sequel, but it's already not doing well. So good luck to him getting it funded. So it's just kind of, I don't know, like I feel bad for Luc Besson because like the way they're marketing this film, it's like, oh, from the maker of Lee and the Professional that came out 20 years ago, and Fifth Element that came out 40 years ago, and was it 40 years ago? It's just like, it doesn't seem like a good movie when you're advertising movies that came out so long ago. Like Fifth Element didn't do well when it came out. Like it did not do well.
Is that the Bruce Willis, or am I mixing
Yes,
that
Bruce
up?
Willis. That's Fifth
Yeah,
Element.
I don't think I was a mad fan of that.
I really like Fifth Element. It's a good, tight sci-fi movie, and but Valerian, like the last film, I think that's advertised that he made is Lucy, and not a lot of people like a lot of people went to go see that film,
No.
but like it was like when Atomic Blonde came out. I said that's just Lucy, except she's not the powers. But then it looks like Atomic Blonde looks like
I probably got to see that, to be honest with you, because I've
it
seen the
looks
trailer so
really,
many
really
times.
good, though.
Isn't it John Goodman in it? Is that?
John Goodman's in it.
Yeah, he always
Yeah.
gets me in as well. There's something about John Goodman.
Also, what's his name? Fucking Patrick Stewart's younger doppelganger. What's his name? What's James McAvoy?
Doppelganger.
It's because he shaves his head and he plays him. But like James McAvoy. Like I went to see Split because James McAvoy's in it. I hated it, but I like James McAvoy. James McAvoy being in it, and then I'm not really hot on Charlize Theron, or however you say that surname. Ever since Mad Max Fury Road, because people were saying she was whopper in that. She wasn't really. But I think, because like I used to love
I'm not a
Neon
big-
Flux and like all of her early stuff I used to love, Charlize Theron, and I think something about her just kind of comes off as real like obnoxious, but I think that's just me just because I didn't like her in Mad Max Fury Road, and I'm just like, I don't want to like you anymore.
Right, so we'll go back to Baby Driver
Yeah,
just
back to the film
before
we're
we
talking about.
sum it up. It had a 34 million budget and it's grossed 138 million so
So
far.
you can see why
Yeah.
they want him to make a sequel.
Yeah,
He made back.
I've said this before, like the Fast and the Furious franchise, simply from a financial standpoint, you get why they want to continue to make them.
Like, what would they call?
But I don't know if he'd, risk his, I guess, integrity and, his...
Yeah. That's what it's the same with Ant-Man. He didn't want to risk his integrity. Like, they wanted him to do a paint by numbers film, and he was like, nah. I'm going to make the film I want to make. Like, if you don't want me to do that, why'd you hire me?
Yeah, exactly. If you want somebody to make something that you just want to make, then just hire that person that's going to do that.
Yeah.
I had that, like, in college, like we all did. Some of us, it's like, you write a script, you come up with the idea, and you make the film that you want to make.
Yeah.
But then you'd have the tutors kind of obviously giving their input, which is okay. Everyone has given some
They're just
opinions.
trying to help at the end of the day.
But it started to turn into I don't like this idea. I think you should make this. And it's like, no, I'm not
You asked
making
us
what
to
you
make
want
it,
to
yeah.
see. I want to make what I want to make.
Yeah.
So...
That's kind of just the nature of the film business, though. It's the people that have the power are always like, no, I think this is what people want. But like,
And I guess it's really a sell out or, stand up for yourself and say, no, I'm not going to do that.
yeah, I want to make
what
this
I want to
film.
make.
If you don't want me to make this film, you shouldn't have got me to make it. Yeah. Anyway,
That's what, because I had that and I think, I dropped out because it's like, no, because I'm no longer making what I want to make.
I'm just making what you
So
want.
now I'm not interested, I'm bored.
We're probably going to do a end of the year top 10. It's going to be difficult, but
We'll do a better job than the first one. The first one was our first episode and we kind of, the ratings were all over the place.
like this is going to be, it's not going to be number one because number one is going to blow me away. Whatever is going to be my number one for the list.
Well, this
is
got...
number 2 easily, so I'm going to give it a high 9 out of 10 for my rating.
Ooh.
It's really like
Now I really enjoyed this, but I don't know if it. I think it'd be kind of towards maybe the 8, 9, 10.
Definitely
My top 10 maybe.
No, definitely higher than that.
I don't know if it'll make it into my top 5 now. I think I'll give it a. I feel like saying 7.5, 8.
Oh, fucking come here. Go away. Come here. None of this 0.5 crap.
Oh, well, the 0.5 could be the deciding factor between another film.
What's the other
Well,
film?
for now, I'll give it a strong 8. But
Yes.
in my top 10, it may drop. Because there's still a few
Ooh.
films to come out at the end of the year.
There is, and then there's that I don't look at it there, popped up an ad for me, but the Bodyguard, what's the Hitman's Bodyguard? That looks absolutely phenomenal.
That's a film that, for all the wrong reasons.
It has Sam Jackson being Sam Jackson in it, and then it has Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds in it. It's gonna be really, really good.
Well, I look forward to Thor, obviously.
Obviously,
I'm gonna put out there. I don't think Thor may not be as good as this film, like Baby Driver.
yeah, no, it won't be as
Thor's
creative. But
probably going to be hit and miss. This could be the one that redeems Thor, or it could just kill the franchise because the second one wasn't great. I'm trying to think
I
of.
thought the second one was better than the first one. In regards
don't know.
To torture.
I'm trying to think what other films are left to come out. Star Wars. I'm not excited. I have to be honest with you. I'm kind of over the Star Wars thing, and I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, so I don't know.
See, for me,
Didn't care for the last one, so.
For me, Star Wars, I become very disillusioned with the people, because like most of the people that I seem to see that liked it just like hammer the shit out and say it's absolutely terrible. You're like, you're a fan. Why are you a fan if you hate it?
No, I don't hate them.
No, I'm just saying like that was my experience.
I don't
So
know
it's
if
just
I just didn't really like the last one because I think I'm just stuck on the nostalgia buzz of the original cast, and I didn't really care for this new one. So this one could be good, but I don't know. But I honestly don't even think it'll make me top 10 though.
This though, I think the Last Jedi is gonna, cause.
But then here's
for me,
hoping it does. But
for me, like I'm excited for the Last Jedi because at the end of Force Awakens, we're completely on our topic now, so I might as well just finish my train of thought. For me, Force Awakens is just like oh, here are all these new people. See you in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you?
It's just like, I wanna
Also,
know,
I've heard fairly good things about The Force Kingsman, which I've never watched.
Have you never seen Kingsman?
No, I plan to watch it before the second one's out.
You can have it on DVD. I'll go get it.
No, I have it on DVD as well. I just haven't watched it. And
Go get it. So you can watch
it's
it
on
after this.
Netflix.
It's too good for you to not watch it.
So from what I've got from The Force, and that could be a good film that's coming out.
I think Kingsman is gonna make my top 10 easily. I reckon it's gonna be mid range, maybe 4, 3, 5, maybe.
I'm trying to think of the other films that are left to come out. I just can't think.
The Emoji Movie hasn't come out yet.
Did that not get like a 0% rating?
It got a 0%, and then it moved up to 3%.
No one us. We'll probably fucking love it.
It'd be Angry Birds.
No, Angry Birds is a great film. Sorry, that's a 10.
Do you know we're the only two people that think Angry Birds is a good film?
Yeah, most people probably haven't seen it. I love Angry Birds. It's a shit film.
I reckon it was
brilliant.
Because we were having like a shit week when we went to see it.
No, because I've watched it all, so maybe it's just like the character's very relatable, and I'm just like, that's me as a board.
Like Red is just having a shit day every day.
That's just
like,
me.
I relate to that quite well.
Yeah, it's probably just one of those. It's another.
Grumpy prick, like.
You would personally like it for the wrong reasons, but everyone else hates it. But
yeah, it's like, yeah. I think Angry Birds is the only film that's come out where we both liked it because we both seen it at the same time.
We've seen it twice in a screen full of children, and I think we were the only ones laughing at the top of our lungs, and no one else could understand why.
That's because like they made it just for us. Like,
and then the only other film I could think of is Kung Fu Panda 3. Oh, that was me and Dean who went to see that. And again, the only people that are laughing. It's like Zoolander 2. Only people that are laughing.
Yeah, but Zoolander 2, we were laughing because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
And like the jokes are just like fucking really. Except for Except the one that was like, Kiefer!
Orgy. But completely off topic because we always do this. Back to Baby Driver. To sum it up, you give it a strong 9 out of 10. I'll give it a strong 8 out of 10.
The only thing that's keeping me from 10 out of 10 is, one, if you give 10 out of 10s all the time, it's very hard to get better. And two, because of the Doc kind of flip flop at the end. Like, to me, that was kind of, I needed a bit more to see, but like I understand.
So far out of the last 3 films we reviewed, Battle Royale, I think I gave it a 7, maybe a 7.5.
Yeah.
I think The Wrestler was similar. I think you were similar. So
I gave 6 to the Wrestler.
I think this one might be the highest rated one so far we've done.
Yeah, because it was so fucking good.
Because I would watch this again pretty straight away, but as I said with The Wrestler, I love The Wrestler, but you know, I wouldn't watch that straight away. That's every few years kind of thing. And Battle Royale is really great, but again, probably not till down the line. But I could see myself watching Baby Driver in a few weeks' time or something.
Literally, I was saying to Michaela, the person I brought to see Baby Driver the second time, it's like, I literally say to everybody that asks me about Baby Driver, why don't you go see it? I'm not doing that right now. Do you want to go see Baby Driver? It's on in like an hour. Like, it's unfortunately gone out of the cinema now.
But
like, it's been in a month. Like, you just.
I know. I just caught it. I only seen it there on Thursday. I think it was gone. I just caught it. It was on the last showings of like half 8. And I was fuming because I was like, this fucking stupid place never shows times that are convenient for me. But to sum it up anyway, it's a great watch. Highly recommend it.
I'd recommend it even though we
just spoiled it. Yeah. Well. Usually, I'd imagine people that are listening to this may have already seen it and want to hear our thoughts and opinions on it. But
maybe in future episodes we should put the rating at the start and go see the film. We really like it. Come back to this.
Maybe. But it's entertaining throughout. If you like our action heist films, you know this is original, as I said. As
if
original
you like
as
romances, I think you'll really appreciate.
Yeah, and it has comedy elements throughout.
Yeah, it's pretty
has its funny moments. So definitely recommend it.
It's a good date night movie. It's a good lads night movie. It's a good girls night movie. It's a good movie.
If you like music, you know,
it's well done. Magic music.
Yeah, so like go see that. And before we finish up, I know we were just thrown out there that we're planning to do a Spider-Man episode. And Planet the Apes. So the Spider-Man one for us is that we're going to compare Tobey Maguire's fourth Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's fourth Spider-Man, well, the Amazing Spider-Man, and Tom Holland's
second Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, we're not counting Captain America. But,
tiny cameo, yeah.
And then we're obviously going to discuss the reboot Planet the Apes trilogy.
Can't wait for that.
So there's some episodes that are coming up. But yeah, I think we'll leave it at that today.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week.